Must be a few.
Yeah, it's not about when I used to watch you for West Ham.
Thank you very much, sir.
I didn't want to mention it. Would you take out of this game disappointment at the result, or the fact that you were part of a great occasion and your players will learn something for the future?
Can I say, when I joined West Ham United in 1970, yeah, we come over to Seattle. In 1970, I would think the United States was in the same position that Grenada were in, playing football. All right? And in up to 2009, you can see the big change that's happened, because you've got the facilities, you've got the pitches, you've got the coaches working. If you go over to Grenada and see what they have to play on and stuff like that, it needs a lot of work over there. And I said to him, just said to him there, you're a big fish on your island, but you're a tadpole over there. And that's what they've got to learn from. They think their God was going to come over and really do well. I said, welcome to the real world. I said, even the United States isn't a world master team. I said, they've had to work very, very hard to get where they are. And they've worked hard. And I was very impressed the way they played. I thought they played really well, but we let them have the ball.
Would you be pointing out to them that the United States lost their first 2 games of a 4-game section in the Confederations and still went through, and they're far from out of this tournament?
No, I just said to the boys, yeah, we can put our tail between our legs and walk away from it. I said, but you're playing for your country. I said, the next 2 games are very important. We've got to go out there and get points out of the next 2 games. I said, I don't want to go home next week. I want to stay a wee bit longer and get on with this competition and let you play far, far better teams than what you have been playing. And I think the players want that. They're just disappointed. If you look at the goals, we've given them every goal. We've given them every goal. The goalkeepers put the ball along the floor. The boys knocked a free kick from our half the field and give it to one of your centre forwards, gone through and scored. They played the ball over the top, which the boys got onto, and we let the boy run from midfield, past 5 of our players. I mean, if it's still 0-0, will them things happen? I don't know, but hey, United States deserve to win the game by far.
Next question.
Will you be making any tactical adjustments, changes for the upcoming games?
There'd be 1 or 2. There'd be 1 or 2. It's hard to make too many changes, to the truth. But I don't think many teams, or not so many teams, what we've got to play will have as much movement as the States have. I mean, the 3 boys, the 2 boys in midfield and one of the wide boys, they was always on the move, and it was hard to pick up. It was hard for our boys to read that kind of situation.
Tommy, is that what impressed you most, just their movement and their quickness?
I thought, yeah, no, passing, that they're used to the AstroTurf. I don't think any of our boys have ever played on AstroTurf before, unless we've been training on it the last couple of days. And I was just watching 35 minutes of the other game. I walked down the dressing room, I just said to them, boys, if your first touch ain't right, you let the ball bounce, you're going to be under pressure straight away. And you've got to let these players realise what's happening. You just can't keep on to them about it all the time. You've got to realise and let them make mistakes, and they go, oh yes, coach is right. And I know I'm right anyway.
Questions?
Coach, what was it that made Robbie Rogers' game tonight so work so well against you guys? What was it that he was able to do?
All I can say, lots of movement, lots of quality ball, and lots of running off the ball. And it makes space for other people. That's what I keep saying on to the boys. Other people's got to make space for other people. You can't make it yourself. And that's what was happening with the boys out there today.
Tommy, are there things that you take from this game into Haiti, or is it kind of a clean slate and let's get the training?
Well, I hope the goalkeeper kicks the ball a bit better than what he did. I hope the centre half doesn't keep driving balls along the floor. And if you could see, our back post was open quite a few times. They could have left the ball at our back post quite a few times because everybody get dragged towards the ball. So there's a lot of work over in the country to do. It's how long you stay there to do it.
What would be success for you? You've said that this is essentially a new progression for you. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years or 5 years from now?
I don't know where I'll be in 5 years, so I don't tell you. It'd be good for these boys to win the next 2 games. They have come from a very small small place where they thought they was really big players to a big place where they're very small players, and that's what I just said to them. And they got to take that in. If they don't take that in, it'll be the same results again the next 2 games.
Were there any positives in today's game? Players who you thought played well for your side?
I didn't think we passed the ball. We can pass the ball, but I didn't think we passed the ball that well. We got to a certain area. I think we got about 3 or 4 shots in 90 minutes, which ain't enough to win anything. And you're always going to be on the back foot. So we need to work up and move as a unit as well as come back as a unit.
Time for one more question. Any other questions?
Okay, one more question. What is the most an island nation of 90,000 can hope to achieve as a soccer force?
I think you just got to do as well as you can. The biggest thing is get as many international players off the island as possible to play high grade of football. So when they come back, they can mix it with everybody else. That's the thing, is getting them off the island to play. If they play in their own leagues, it'll be exactly the same. They've got to get off. The more players they can get off, the better they'll be.
Thank you very much, and we'll be back with the U.S. and Coach Bob Bradley and Robbie Rogers in just a couple minutes.
Thank you very much indeed, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you very much, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
You guys can come up? Should just stand right here. Ladies and gentlemen, first we're going to present Robbie Rogers from the United States with the Miller Lite Man of the Match Award. You can just stand right in the middle. Just going to take a picture. Thank you very much. With us right now, we have Bob Bradley, coach of the U.S. national team, and Robbie Rogers, winner of, as I said, Miller Lite Man of the Match. And we're going to start the press conference right now. Any questions for either of them, please just raise your hand, and we'll go one by one.
So, Coach, what did you think of today's effort and also comments on Confederation Cup?
Today, it's important to start the Gold Cup the right way. A lot of good things, a good team effort, 4 different guys scoring goals. So all things that I think are important as we start this tournament. Again, Confederations Cup. It's disappointing to have a lead in the final and not come away with a win, but at the same time, I think we felt we were certainly proud of our effort and playing against top teams and showing that we're continuing as a country to make progress.
Bob, can you talk about Robbie's performance? I mean, he played some great balls there, and it was really dangerous going down the flank, and got I think a pretty well-deserved goal there as well.
Yeah, Robbie, I think got involved in the game early. Did a very nice job in terms of setting up the first goal. And the ability for him to find good spots, sometimes wide, sometimes coming a little to the inside, I think helped us create good chances and had a lot to do with some of the goals we scored.
Robbie, did you know this turf somewhat well, I guess, and playing with some of the guys you were playing with from MLS? Did that help a little bit, some familiarity?
Yeah, we played here against Seattle, the Sounders, so I was a little familiar with it. And then also training at Starfire the day before helped. So turf's always a little difficult, but both teams are playing on it, and both teams have to adjust to it. So I thought we did an all right job today.
Did you? Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Okay. What's the biggest difference between preparing a side for Brazil and preparing a side for Grenada?
The most important thing, I think, to remember is that this, this is a different group now, and we only had a few days to begin the process, to start to establish how things get done, to understand that the first round's 3 games. You need to be able to improve from game to game and make sure that by the time the quarterfinals are rolling around, that the team is in good form with a good mentality. So you know, we have a sense every time we come together with any of our teams how we want to establish things, how we want to work. Some of these guys have been in January camps, and I think they have a feel for it. And then we have some others that it's their first time. So it's just putting all those pieces together.
Freddie's been sort of, Freddie, I do, you know, we know the history and kind of the expectations from before. And was it important for him to kind of, you know, get something there early and boost his confidence as far as international play?
It's a good night for so many of the players. And, you know, Freddie is always fighting the challenge of the unbelievable expectations that have been thrown his way and continue to get thrown his way. And so I think to have a chance to, you know, step on the field, start with some of the guys that he also knows well, some of the Olympic team players, some of the guys that he played with the under-20s, get a goal early. I think those are all good things.
Coming off the Confederations Cup, there were comments from some of the players that, you know, the U.S. as a program has grown to the point where when you're winning a game 2-0, you should win. In a game like tonight, you guys should thump this opponent. How important was it to actually go out and accomplish that and win 4-0 as opposed to, say, 1-0?
You just want your players to always understand how to take each game as it unfolds. Understand the opponent, understand the meaning of the game. We said at halftime, there's a professional way to finish that game. And that involves having discipline, that involves knowing how to respect the opponent, but at the same time making sure that in a good, smart, mature way you know how to finish the game. So I think those are important lessons and things that you know you want to take out of a game like today.
Dylan?
Robbie, as Bob said, this group here hasn't been together that long, but you have experience, you know, Stuart and Freddie especially, and it seemed like the three of you really worked well. Did you rely on some of that past experience with those guys?
A little bit. I mean, I played with them in the Olympics and through the U20 process, and then I think what really helped was January camp, you know, coming in and working for 2 or 3 weeks to prepare for the Sweden game. We all put in a lot of work during January camp, and so, you know, when you're sweating and working for each other, it's nice to come out here and play together and get a good result.
Any other questions?
I just had one just about the crowd and atmosphere. It's Independence Day. You guys are the American national team. What's it like to come and play in front of your home crowd on Independence Day?
It was great, you know. Last time I played here, I think it was 30,000 people, you know, all Sounders fans, unfortunately. But, you know, to come out today, and to see all the American fans, you know, it was a great experience. And it was my second cap, so it was a great way to get a win and just a great experience.
Again, I think Independence Day, when you represent your country on Independence Day, it carries a special meaning. And I think you feel it when they play the national anthem, and you absolutely feel it when you look into the stands and see the flags and people wearing red, white, and blue. And so in that regard, I think it's a very good day. Seattle has done such a good job this year getting off the mark with their team. You can tell the enthusiasm that is all around the city and the state, and you know, to be able to open the Gold Cup here, I think worked really well.
Just your thoughts on Stuart being able to score in his debut. It's obviously a special moment for him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, I think Robbie pointed it out. The idea of playing for your country is such a special honor, and when you know your team wins, when maybe you score a goal on that day or you're part of a good effort, you know, that's what you want on your debut, and that's what you want every time you step on the field with the national team. So I think in that regard, you know, we accomplished a lot for the first game, but we also, I think, as a group are mature enough to not get ahead of ourselves, take this game for what it was, first game of the first round, understand now there's some travel, and Honduras will be waiting for us in D.C.
Time for 2 more right there, and then right there.
when we play Mexico, it takes just a strong team effort. And, you know, right now we have the entire Gold Cup to see how we progress, see if there's players here that now we think are moving up quickly. We have certainly a group of players that you saw in some of the other qualifiers and in Confederations Cup. So the competition, I think, is fierce. That's a good thing. And, you know, we'll be ready on August 12th.
Last question right there.
When I spoke to you on Thursday, I asked you what would be a good result tonight. You said a win.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to ask you the same question as regards this tournament. What would be a good result for this tournament?
To defend our title. I mean, you know, we felt very good in 2007. We all remember how we improved throughout the tournament, the way we played. The final was a special game, I think, being down against Mexico and coming back and winning 2-1. And so whenever you're holding a trophy, you don't want to give it back. And so we know the responsibility that we have in that regard, and now we just need to improve and take each game as it comes, and as I said earlier, be ready for the knockout phase.
Thank you very much.